Last season, they met just over an hour down the road with the Big Ten championship at stake. And today, there are enormous implications for the rematch. Ohio State comes into Bloomington to take on the reigning national champion, the Indiana Hoosiers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you for more on this Big Ten clash. Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
We might not have said this a few years ago, but when Ohio State matches up against Indiana, it is a big deal. Keep in mind, the Hoosiers beat Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game last year on their way to the national title. But Ohio State knows they could be the team to beat in the Big Ten this year. It is all on the line for some early dominance when Ohio State takes on Indiana. Guys?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Buckeyes ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Hoosiers take their first time out. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. On the run, it's Pritchard. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He didn't even have a chance to get back to the line. What a job by this defensive front.
Man, this is a defense that prides themselves on stopping the run, and that is a huge statement on their opponent's opening drive of the game. 3rd and short, they don't just get a stop. They get a tackle for loss. That sends a very clear message that they're going to be the more physical side today.
They boot it away. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Makes a move. Found a lot of running room before he goes out of bounds, and what a way to build a little momentum. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, you've been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention.
All the way! Touchdown, Ohio State! Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And here's what you know about Indiana football. They're going to be physical. They're going to be so well coached and disciplined, and they're going to run the football. It was the key ingredient to helping Fernando Mendoza win a Heisman, like the ability to RPO off of it. So, Palmer, I don't know who the names are going to be throughout the season, but I know they're going to run downhill, no nonsense, and they'll have a guy that they'll hitch their wagon to.
Yeah, everybody talking about losing Mendoza, but Black and Hemby were a big part of that thing, too. I think the offensive line, though, was key to it all. Anytime you have two 1,000-yard rushers, it's because the guys up front are pushing people around, and that was the secret sauce to Indiana's Cinderella run a year ago. So,
breaks free, and he might be gone. What a play all the way inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 29.
And the one thing the D coordinator really harped on this week was tackling the catch. They knew this guy was going to get his touches, but they had to get him down and limit the yards after catch. They're not getting it done there. They've got to do a better job in the back end of getting tackles.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fellow right in the middle.
Looking for a man. It's Hoover. Got a man. It's Richard. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Hoosiers! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. Play fake, Sayin. Fires on the move. Open on the right side, that's Smith. He's into the open down the middle. Past the 20. Touchdown, Buckeye! He got a step and just dusted the field.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
He'll bring it out. It's Morris. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. See what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Looking for room. It's Beebe. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. To the air, it's Hoover. He rifles one deep down the middle. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but 2nd down coming.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
With the catch, it's Morris. Across the 40 out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move.
And obviously huge shoes to fill if you're Indiana's offense this season, having to replace a Heisman Trophy winner in Fernando Mendoza, David. And it's not going to be easy. And obviously you go to the portal and you try to bring the next guy in. But honestly, when you look at Indiana's quarterback play, it goes even beyond Fernando Mendoza to Curtis Rourke the year before that. They have been so consistent at this position as of late.
Yeah, and I think with Indiana proving who they are now as a program, like if you come here as a quarterback, you're going to have success. You're going to take a leap, a Fernando Mendoza type leap, right? Like where he was a good player, he became a great player. So people are going to continue to line up to play in a smart, efficient offense where you're going to have a lot of success.
3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes a catch. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got him downfield. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
It's so challenging to stop the middle of the field passes deep down. You stretch me in these zones. I got to run with you in man. It's always a good idea to run those deep posts, and you could tell they saw it all the way. Receiver, quarterback on same page, gets the big touchdown.
14, Indiana, 13.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at it. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, Not a good job by this defense.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. We're right back to the well. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great...
Fires and picked off.
I think everybody thinks when you say middle of the field safety, that's an easy responsibility. There's a lot of field in the middle, okay? I got to cover a lot of space. He does an unbelievable job covering space, breaking on the football, seeing the route, and going and getting the interception. Nice play by that safety.
The Hoosiers offense all set and ready to crank things up. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll try it over the left side. They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. To the air, it's Hoover. Throws for the tight end. Intercepted deep in his own end. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Throwing, say it. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Jackson. Breaks into the open. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
This running back is so dangerous. He's going to hurt you running the ball, but they find creative ways to get him the ball in the passing game as well. Beautiful job setting up the screen. He was acting as if he was blocking, let the defender run right by him, and then he made magic happen after he had the ball in his hands.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has 1 interception. That was almost a 2nd. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Julian with the play fake. Under fire. Complete downfield. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
That's a really nice throw. And you think about being the starting quarterback at The Ohio State University with all the great players they've had here recently, what this offense expects from you. This is explosive passing attack. You've seen that now in recent years. They push the ball vertically down the field. This guy has the skill set. That's why he's out there on the field right now. He allows this offense to really go, and he's playing at a high level.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Trying to run, it's Jackson. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Right back to the well. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left. We're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And he'll bring it back. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Looking for a gap. It's Richard. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
Right back to the well. 9-yard pickup on the play. It's now 2nd and 1.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Looking downfield, it's Hoover. It's complete on the right side. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage before he was stopped, but using the running back in the short passing game gives him a first down.
Man, this guy's going to need some water when he gets to the sidelines. They've been putting him to work on this drive, right? We've seen him toting the rock with success. Now you're seeing him get involved in the passing game, too. They are highlighting his versatility here on this drive.
Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. He's finally shoved out of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. The Hoosiers peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the wideout. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
You don't see bat downs all the time. A lot of times guys break on the football, the defensive backs, and then trying to catch it and make a play. I like he knew where he was. He's in the end zone, not trying to give up points. Does a great job breaking on the football and swatting it to the ground.
Ygl! Spear! Hey, spear! Spear! Second down, they'll go to the air. Going for it all. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Taking it the other way. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Ohio State. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights. It's 28-13. Timeout signal for by the Buckeyes. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To the air, it's Hoover. Grabbed behind the line, it's Richard. There he goes. He was off to the and they get him at the 21-yard line. Now timeout taken by Indiana. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll move the tight end. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And here's the third interception of the night. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see just how aggressive they'll be. Here's Julian saying to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
And it's funny, right before that play, I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if this offense is just going to play conservative here with the field position, the fact they haven't scored a ton of points so far in this game, just run the ball and take it into halftime. No, they're being aggressive, and not just that. They're taking deep shots way down the field, but give the defense credit. They were ready for it, forcing that incompletion.
Looking downfield very late in the half. He's going to go down, and he's in his own end zone. It's going to be a safety. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, it is my pleasure to welcome everyone into the Week 7 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's begin with the West Virginia Mountaineers taking on the Houston Cougars. And it's the Mountaineers coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season. And there is still a lot of work to do on the season, but they get back to 2-4 in the standings. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't...
Turning it on! Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. There's some room. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative, and that's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
The Buckeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Here's Sayin to throw. Sends it downfield. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Bringing it back. So you come out of the locker room for the second half, and right away, you throw a pick.
Bad news, too, because you go into the locker room and you sort of regroup, and you start thinking about how you're going to attack this defense, what adjustments you're going to make. You feel like you got a good plan running out of the locker room, and then to throw a pick right away, man, that is a gut punch.
Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to throw. It's Hoover. Unloads it downfield. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. And the Hoosiers line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. All the way back to the 15. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Say it. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Tackled there by the defense.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
The Buckeyes in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Jackson. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. They couldn't do it on that last play.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3.
That back had nowhere to go. The defensive line ate up the blocks, but how about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. Wide open downfield. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the 2nd half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And the Buckeyes are moving quickly down the field. Here's the handoff. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Goodness, that is the way you blow up a play, quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Hair on fire, caused a wreck. That had to be a blown assignment. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Say it. Fakes to grab. And the defense stops him just short of the 1st down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a baller.
are sending out the field goal unit now. Thought they might spin that wheel of fortune on 4th and short, but they'll line up for the field goal. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Going deep. He's got it inside the 25. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Indiana. He got loose and it was lights out after that.
And that's exactly how you draw it up on offense, man. You run the football, you get those bodies committed, Jesse, and you use speed out wide with a little bit of play action.
A really nice job of setting it up by the play caller, you're right. And those linebackers and safeties, they want to come down and support the run, but a really nice throw, excellent route, and they're able to connect for a massive TD.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. One final play before the end of the quarter. Throwing, say it. Moving out to the right. Outside the pocket, lets it go. He makes the catch. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. Handoff to the single back. Here's a little room there. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand.
Man, it's so nice to have a guy that you can depend on. Like, this offense is built around him for a reason. Just a good running back. You could see, gets north-south, doesn't dance, picks up positive yards, breaks tackles. He's just a really good player, and that's why this offense runs through.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Here's Julian Sayin to throw. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Sayin trying to be heard above the noise. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And this defense is a half a beat behind. They just can't quite keep up. They've got it down to the 21. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the 1st down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Here's Sayin to throw. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries, you got to get pressures, and when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
This defense forcing them to throw into tight windows. They need another stop on 3rd and long. Sayin from the gun on 3rd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
After that incompletion on 3rd and long, because of where they are in the field right now and this juncture of the game, I'm expecting them to go ahead and kick a field goal here and make this a 2-possession game.
Absolute shame. Missed it. Guys, still a 6-point game, but a missed opportunity.
And they trusted him. Even after that last miss, they trusted him again to make it, and he misses again. I don't know how much more trust they'll have in him. Good weather, not a long kick, second miss of the day. We might not see him again.
Indiana comes out ready to get this drive underway. And boy, was that last missed field goal huge. That keeps these guys in the game if they can get something going on offense right now.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. The run inside. It's Richard. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
Fires to the middle. Makes a connection. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
The Hoosiers will snap it on 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Oh, a double pass. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Hoover. This time it's complete. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. And the Hoosiers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. To the air on 1st down. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. Got it! He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3. And they're looking for a 4th quarter lead, and they'll need a touchdown to do it. 1st and goal. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Richard. Tough to run it this deep in the red zone, and he found nothing at all that time.
I think the run defense, a lot of times late in the game, you always wonder how well it'll hold up. Nice job on this play by this defense getting in and getting the running back on the ground.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Back to pass. He's got him in the flat. And that was a high percentage completion and a low efficiency pass. They lose yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on 3rd.
A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Goes to the option. Moving toward the end zone, and fumble! Defense has it, they're on the move. Past the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. And this feels like the exclamation point. The defense with a scoop and score.
And that's the kind of play that can win you the game. You're on defense. It looks like the opponent's just going to run it in for an easy touchdown. But you create the takeaway. You scoop and score. It's a game-changing play. It's a momentum-changing play. And you can see on the sideline right now, they are completely galvanized by that defensive score.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Hoover. Here's a heat. Couldn't hang on to that one. This defense has already picked off 3 passes, almost had the 4th. It'll be second down.
We've seen a lot of good hands in the back end of this defense in this game. They've got multiple interceptions. That was not a good example, though. That should have been another one, but they say people play defense for a reason.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Throws to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
After that incompletion, 4th and long now on your own side of the field, you're trailing in the 4th quarter. What's your go-to play call here in the passing game? Where is the matchup that you trust in to come up with a big one to give yourself a chance to stay alive and win this game?
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And that just about does it. That about puts this thing to bed. The offense, listen, they had to go for it, but now defense, this is the situation when you say, I'm just going to eat clock, up by several possessions, eat clock, get out of here with a W.
So here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Time is short. Defense still has 3 timeouts, but it's a mountain in front of them, Jesse.
Yeah, the worst-case scenario now for this offense is victory formation, victory formation, victory formation, punt, win the game.
No doubt about it. When you're up 2+ possessions, there's no way for the defense to get back in the game. So take a knee, get out of here with the dub.
They go right back to it. Brought down after a big run, and that is the way to put an exclamation point on this one.
it.